Hey everyone, this is the Movie Maniac. Thank you for watching and hello to new returning subscribers. Today we're going to talk about Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. After Jason Voorhees was chained to the bottom of Camp Crystal Lake by Tommy Jarvis, a young telekinetic girl known as Tina accidentally kills her father with her powers at Crystal Lake. Many years later, Tina and her mother return to Camp Crystal Lake, where Tina's doctor tries to manipulate her powers for his own plans. Tina then tries to resurrect her father, but accidentally awakens Jason Voorhees instead. Uh-oh, you don't want to do that. It's now up to Tina to use her powers to stop Jason. Well, this is a movie that is right near the end of the Paramount era. So what that means is this was after the franchise has been reinvigorated with Jason Lives, which I did a review for previously. It'll be linked at the end of this video. And for a while there, especially back in college, New Blood was probably my favorite sequel. You can tell Paramount was looking to shake things up a little bit, and that's why they threw in this girl that's basically like Carrie, or modern horror fans would probably compare her to Eleven from Stranger Things. It's actually a pretty cool idea because now Jason has met his match, right? Even if you have to wait till the final act of the movie, and it's a pretty cool final act. That works. However, underneath all of this is truly just another generic, cookie-cutter, dead teenager movie.
It uses the same basic old formula, the formula I call the dead teenager formula, you know, where there are a lot of living teenagers at the beginning of the movie, and by the end of the movie, all of the teenagers are dead.
Now, if that's what you want, is just a generic by-the-numbers slasher, I mean, it's there for you to enjoy, but I think that this movie really suffers from the way the MPAA came in and just completely gutted the kills. Pun intended. Because honestly, the violence here is probably close to a PG-13 horror movie, and that's no exaggeration. They still left a lot of the nudity in, which is good, because, I mean, it's Friday the 13th we're talking about here. I want to see a director's cut that shows these kills, because we were robbed of them, to be completely honest with you. And I mean, that's part of the thrill of these movies, and I have a feeling they really amped it up this time, so the work of the makeup effects artist deserves to be shown. Zombie Jason appears in this movie, played by Kane Hodder, and this is the introduction of Kane Hodder, a lot of people's favorite actor who portrayed Jason, and he's awesome here. And this movie shows you what he's going to bring to the table. There's also this doctor who, I guess he's an evil doctor. He's got his own motives and what he really wants to do with Tina. And that's kind of an interesting little subplot that the movie has going on. And they actually managed to do all of this in an 88-minute runtime. So you got to respect the creative team for that, because the script actually runs through that cookie-cutter Friday the 13th movie, but also has all the stuff going on with Tina, and it doesn't really outstay its welcome. This movie wraps itself up, does what it needs to do, and leaves. I'm okay with that. I got the VHS finally for this one, which I've been looking for, and I popped it in. And I will say that these movies are definitely best viewed on Blu-ray. As nostalgic as it is to pop in the tape for especially something like the Friday the 13th franchise, you know, you have something attached to the tape, and I get that. And the cover art, some of the best. That you could nominate The New Blood for having some of the best poster art and cover art in the series, no doubt. But in terms of the cinematography, the lighting, and just the overall atmosphere and mood, it really does come off best on Blu-ray. It's still fun to pop this in and go down memory lane a little bit, but beyond that, for whatever reason, when I watched Halloween 4 on VHS recently, that was awesome. With this, you could really tell that it's going to have a stronger impact on Blu-ray. And I say that as somebody who, when I was in college, I was watching it in HD, and I think it just had a much different impact. I do think the final act of this movie is awesome, though, because you have Tina and her powers versus Jason and his powers, and finally you have them on equal footing. To actually have a face-off here where you see the supernatural forces of evil versus the supernatural forces of good kind of come head-to-head, it's a cool idea. Guys, with all that being said, I'm going to give Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, a 6.5 out of 10. It's fine. Like I said, it used to be one of my favorite sequels of the bunch, if not my favorite one, for quite a while. It's rearranged a little bit now, but it's still a good time. I mean, it's one of those movies, though, that I could also see people stepping into this and just going, what? This movie sucks. Because like I said, you have to be on board with the plot of Tina and her being basically Eleven from Stranger Things. And if you're not okay with that, you're not going to be okay with this movie. And this is a pretty good companion to Jason Lives after watching that one. You know, they flow right into each other. And I mean, after this, like I said, it's the final movie in the Paramount era. Jason Takes Manhattan, which also is known for its cool cover art. And that'll be another review. So what do you guys think of this one? Is this one of your favorites? Have you seen it recently? Has it been a while? If it's been a while, it's worth checking out again. I mean, all of these movies are cut from the same cloth. They all feel very similar, especially from this era in the 80s, and I think that that's a good thing. You just have to be in the right mood for it. If you kind of watch this expecting something a little bit more, or you're expecting something like Halloween Ends where they really shake things up, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're kind of looking for that balance of something a little different, but give me same old Friday the 13th, then you're going to have a blast. Most of you already know the drill, but for those who don't, make sure to smash that notification bell, like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay inside the mind of a movie maniac.